from last year to this year going up against the Bengals, it's obviously going to be a bit of a different game. How much work have you done since last year going?
I think we haven't changed anything that we're doing. Last year, we just didn't do our job. We didn't execute too many big plays. Couldn't stop the run, stuff like that. A lot of it was on us. Obviously, they have talent. They have great players. So we're not coming in here trying to revamp everything that we're doing. We're coming in here saying, hey, look, we gotta do our job and execute.
I mean, how important is it for you guys to stop Joe Mixon before you do anything else out there?
I think football is a game that's won in the trenches. Joe Mixon is their lead guy in the trenches, so it's crucial that we don't allow Joe Mixon to win the game for him.
Do you think about last year's outcome at all, or are you like, this is a whole different season, a new team?
I mean, of course you do, especially in the fashion that we lost, especially in the last game. You think about it, and then there's certain remarks that were said after the first game that you also pay attention to. So you think about it, let it resonate in the back of your mind. And I'm not necessarily dwelling on it, but I'm going to remember it.
When they do try to stretch the field, obviously they use Chase a lot to try to take the top off. Just what makes him so good at that, and also Burrow too, getting the ball to him?
I think their relationship that they have is something that's unique. You don't see too many college quarterbacks and college receivers continue their relationship with the NFL. And that timing is huge. They have great timing. Obviously, Chase is a great athlete, great hands, physical guy, can make plays, and Joe is an accurate quarterback, can put the ball wherever he needs to put it.
In your role specifically this week, you're usually somebody who helps take away those deep balls, but we saw in the preseason you coming up on the blitz and doing some more around the ball. How do you balance trying to do both this week?
Just got to do my job, whatever it is.
Minkah, you have a couple new additions. How has the communication been in the defensive backfield, and how will allow you guys to maybe attack better or differently?
The communication has been great. I think the guys that we brought in are really intelligent guys that I've played in the league a long time with a lot of experience. So communication has been I don't want to say flawless, but it has been very, very good. And I think we got to continue to do what we got to do our job, eyes in the right place, communicate, like you said, and we'll be good.
What's your perception of Joe Burrow, just facing him in that trio?
He's an extremely talented guy, great with the ball. I think he's something that he's underrated in or not, given the credit for is his athleticism. He does a lot with his legs, whether it's getting off of tackles or getting off of potential sacks and throwing the ball down the field, or using his legs to get the first down. I think he does that very well. Not too many people acknowledge that. So yeah, that's what I was saying.
Minkah, I had a chance to talk to Levi just now, and your relationship with him goes pretty far back. I wanted to know, how much does that help out there with communication now that you have a guy that you've known since college?
Yeah, it helps a lot. I think just in any relationship on or off the field, when you dealt with somebody for 5-6 years, you know how they like to be talked to, how they communicate, how they see the game, how they feel the game. And then there's also an open door, two-way door. He knows how I operate, and I know how he operates, so it makes things a lot smoother.
They kept most of their top offensive players in street clothes for the preseason games. Does that make it any more difficult to get a gauge on them, or do you kind of just figure they're going to do pretty much what they did last season that they were successful with?
No, I think no, I don't think they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Does that make it harder that you didn't get to see anything, or the exhibition?
Because they're not gonna run nothing that we haven't seen. You know what I'm saying? In preseason, they're obviously gonna hide that on purpose. So it doesn't make it any harder, any more difficult. It's the first game of the season, and no matter who you're playing against, they're gonna show you something new.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, they have success doing what they do, but every team is gonna be adapting.
Is their offense a good barometer of where you guys are as a secondary? Is their offense a good barometer of where you guys are as a secondary?
Is their offense?
Yeah, like where you guys are right now. I mean, with all the skill
no matter who we were playing, I think at the end of the day, it's us out there doing our job, and that's what the barometer is. So it could be a high school team, or it could be the Cincinnati Bengals. Our barometer is how we play, how we execute, how we communicate.
You guys playing three safeties more, or more than you had? It looks like camp and everything. Is that Norwood? How's he kind of fit in? Does he fit in anywhere for you, or how do you?
You said three safeties?
Yeah.
and just and/or Trey Norwood in general fits in?
You know, 3 safeties package is more like for a big group, bigger offensive personnel, short yardage, goal line type stuff. Trey Norwood, he's a guy that we plug and play wherever we need him. You seen him last year. He was at nickel, he was at dime, he was at safety back there with me. He came in and played for me when I wasn't available to play. He's a very intelligent guy, athletic guy, guy that deserves a lot of credit and a lot of attention for what he does for us.
Seems like well liked in secondary. You guys seem to twinkle around.
That's our guy, man. Lil Twig.
It's funny, Minkah, when you got here, it was kind of all about the Steelers-Ravens, was the big rivalry, and then the Browns. You guys kind of sparked it up again, but the Steelers-Bengals feel like there's a little bit more, I don't know if animosity or intensity is the right word, than when you first got here.
I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them.
Was that that game? There aren't many. This team franchise doesn't have many games where it's not competitive in the game. You guys are down 21, whatever it was. Did that game stick with you guys? Especially going back there again for the first time.
Yeah. It's definitely like I said earlier. You definitely don't dwell on it. You learn from it. Obviously, you don't want to lose in the fashion that we lost in, and you keep it in the back of your mind. But like you don't let it beat you up for sure.